Hey guys, just wanted to share a brief video. This is actually number 7. Yeah, number 7 now. A lot of people have been asking me about what's been going on with myself over the last few weeks. You know, why am I so quiet? Why am I so shallow? What is all these posts about? Blah, 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 blah. And unless I learn a very quick way to copy and paste the words "I'm okay," then I'm going to be doing that for the rest of my life. But also that the last few days I found there are a lot of people like me that have a fear of coming out with their problems and coming out and telling people what's actually going on. So, and I'm not doing this for me. I'm not doing this, to be the big hi-oh. I'm doing this because what I'm going through is something that there are thousands upon thousands of people out there, not just in the UK, worldwide. Millions of people are going through this and they're scared out of their wits to come out because they're worried about what people will think of them and whether people look at them differently, treat them differently. So this is not just for me to come out and answer everybody's questions and let people just let me get on, because there's some people who have asked me, how are you okay? They're actually sensitively, honestly worried about me. But there's been some people who have just wanted to know because they wanted to be nosy. They wanted to know what was going on. So, okay. In February this year, I went through a rough weekend to the point where I took myself to hospital. And then a few days later, I went to see my doctor, my mental health doctor, and he diagnosed me with PTSD, or CPTSD, to put it correctly, which is complex post-traumatic stress disorder. And first thing I'm going to say now, I said that, please, no one ask me what the reason for the PTSD is. That is my information, and I have literally shared that with a minimum of people, and that those people are people that have known me for years, or the people that I feel can handle it. So please don't ask me what the reason for the PTSD is, because I don't share that. What I really do share is that the PTSD hit me like a brick, where it basically evolved around an incident of me me trying to disappear is the best way I can put it right now. But anyway, February hit, I started on some meds, didn't help. Also, it takes 6 weeks, and then within that 6 weeks we had the lockdown. And then I found a therapist who was basically saying that he would do online therapies. I thought, not great. An online therapist, is he just in it for the money, or is he just looking for a bit of a kick, or is he just trying to dig where he doesn't really want to help, he just wants to dig? But it really surprised myself and surprised me. Basically, the first contact was who, what, where, why. How are you? You didn't try and break any eggs too early. You just got to live who I was, what my daily routine is, how it's affecting me. And then I was able to open up and say, look, this is what it's all about. And we did this via video calls, Zoom, WhatsApp chats. 9 out of 10, I was having to work and then do that out, in my own time of work. And yeah, it was tough, but the whole point behind it was to set a platform and a base that we could think, yeah, we're going to start giving you the tools to get through every day and give you the assurance that he wanted to help, that we are going to get this sorted. We are going to, it's not something that's going to be tagged on me for years. It's not like my thyroid. This is permanent. This I can't reverse. This I can. This I can fix, not just with medication, but using that and using that. So we just started talking about what it was all about, what has caused the PTSD. And I'm going to name drop him, and I don't care. His name is Albert Pagili of Kind Therapy Holistics. You've probably seen me put him on a few of my posts, and yeah, again, the nosy people have asked, who's this Albert? Is he, what's he doing? What's this going on? At the end of the day, I wouldn't be talking to Albert as a therapist if I didn't think he was going to help me. I've had a lot of people say, I can help you in the past. As most of my friends will know, I have been, doormat is an understatement, and when you feel that vulnerable, you feel that you're just craving someone to give you a hand, and you feel literally you're lying flat on the floor ready to be just steamrolled, it's surprising where the crutches come from to help you start walking back again and taking those baby steps. And he's done that. He's still doing that. I'm still seeing Albert now after 5-6 months, and we haven't scratched the surface. We're getting there, but I wanted it to be an instant heal. Oh yeah, chat for a few weeks, get this over with. But I think in the middle of the lockdown, I learned, there's a lot more that I needed to do. There's a lot more healing that I expected. There was a lot more that came out that I expected. Stuff that I didn't remember, stuff that I didn't even compute as a symptom. I thought it was just my personality. But yeah, he is a really good therapist, and I want to say, even if you don't get to see this, Albert, you are a really good therapist, and I thank you a lot. And I would say to anybody who is frightened of their condition and they don't know who to turn to, give this man a ring. Or come to me and I will tell you how good he is, and then I will pass your details to him. Not a problem at all. I do not mind people contacting me, asking questions about how they can get help or how they could help me. I don't mind that. What I don't want is people saying, what was this PTSD about? Because it's not going to help me. Perfect example of a person is Lindsay Jane Brooks, who's on Facebook as well. She was the one who basically reached out to me saying, what's going on, kiddo? In her own words, that is it. What is going on, kiddo? And we just chatted again, like normal, just saying, look, I'm going for a rough period. She went, well, I've never seen you not cracking jokes. What's going on? And I opened up to her, and she knows everything. And that, again, if it wasn't for Albert, I wouldn't have had the courage to open up to Lindsay. So again, and Lindsay's basically just been a rock. I mean, I'm not sleeping at the moment. I'm up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning with this stuff at the moment, and that's something that I'm gonna have to deal with. It is gonna get better, but 3 o'clock in the morning ain't that bad. It's something I'm gonna have to deal with for a while until A, the meds kick in, or B, I start parking up and dealing with what's up here. But she's there. She's said, look, we'll talk, and even if it's 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, she don't mind that. She will take that time to talk to me, and she will help me process. But also, she's just a friend who talks. She doesn't, if I want to talk about it, we'll talk. If I want to talk about how my partner's been a pain in the butt, or how I am losing more weight than good for me, or if I'm anything, just anything, even if it's about Marvel, anything, she'll just chat, and it's good to know, because then I don't feel so bad about not sleeping. I know that if I don't sleep, she's there, and if she's not there, she certainly is on the next couple of days, because she's obviously got her own plate. And that's another thing I am learning. Yeah, that's another thing I'm learning, is something I've been doing for a long, long time, and it's only because I've seen other people do it that it's made me more aware. My phrase that I used to a lot of my friends is, you've got more on your plate than Dawn French at a deli. And I was like, I empathise with people, I sympathise, I help them in any way, shape or form I can. And that is what they call it with my condition. It's called masking up. And with my mask, it's the jokes, it's the laughs, It's the always making out if someone knocks me down, I'll just laugh it off and brush it over the back of my head. That was not helping. And what I was learning was I was taking on so many other people's plates and juggling them, keeping them spinning, as it were, that I wasn't dealing with my own plate. And this is something that I've seen in my therapist, because he is a very selfless person. You know, he'll take everything off anybody's plates he can. And sometimes he has to learn himself that, you know, he got his own plate spinning. And I've now started to learn that I need to keep my plate spinning without worrying about other people's. You know, whether that could be my work, that could be my money, that could be my home life. I have to put those plates back in the cupboard for now. They're there, I'm dealing with them, they're happy, they're in a good place, but they're not important. They don't need my energy and my time right now. They're paying the bills, I'm doing well at work, my home life's okay, it's going to change soon, I'm making that change, but at the minute I can't make any changes to that side of my life without sorting out up here. And that's what I'm learning, is I need to be selfish. You've got to be so damn selfish. Anything I need to do to make me feel better, I've got to do it. I've got to just don't analyse it, don't think about it, just do it. And that's what I've been doing for the last week and a bit. And it's been a bit of a life shock. I'm talking to people the way I want to talk to them, not the way I think I should. I'm saying how I'm feeling, and some days I am coming out. I think it's because I'm unloading, not just with the therapy. I'm unloading what I want to say, what I want to feel, what I want to do, and I'm being myself. And yeah, I'm not the joker all the time. Yeah, I'm not the comic. I'm not the class clown as I probably used to be. But basically, what you see is what you get. And I want to say to anybody who's gone through a similar situation to me and they're scared of coming out, they're scared of saying, I've got X, Y, Z. And the clinical term is called an invisible health condition. And it can stem from anything. It can be fibromyalgia, which I've had friends suffer from. It could be autism, any way, shape or form of autism. It could be PTSD, it could be CPTSD, it could be even mild depression. Some people I know personally are fearing coming out and admitting that they have mild depression. I've got a friend at the moment who I'm speaking to and reaching out to who has, when I knew him years and years ago, he was like me. He was a joker, you know, Jack the lad. And he's just shared with me that he has an invisible health condition. And this is someone you would not think in a million years would have anything that knocks him down. And it is, and he's coming to terms with it. And like me, he's going through the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights. And he's been pulled here, there and everywhere. But now he's starting to do what I've had to start doing, is look after number one. All your friends could be great. All your friends could be there helping you out 24/7. The therapist can't be there 24/7. Your friends can't be there 24/7. You've got to find it somewhere in here or somewhere up there that keeps you going. And because of the nature of what the PTSD came from, I basically became a little kid. I basically said, let's go back to the roots, go back to my roots. And I have memories from my childhood that were pretty damn nice, and people that were there in my childhood that were a crutch to me that they probably didn't even know. They didn't even know that I was suffering. They had an inkling, they were there for me, they didn't realise how much they were a help. And what I keep in my head now, especially with my family, I've lost a lot of family over the last 2-3 years. I've lost both grandma and granddads now. I've lost aunties. So I always so I always try and keep something there, and the one thing I keep in my head now is, what would they say to you if they saw you doing that or saying that or thinking that? And there's things that people are saying to me now that I'm kind of using as I don't want to go hippy-dippy, but it is almost like a mantra of, sometimes all you can do is be yourself. No matter what goes on in life, at least you can look back and say, I was myself. Whoever wants to ride this shit with me, then great. But this is me. We're not going to go start singing into The Greatest Showman, so don't worry. But this is who I am now. This is going to be me until this stuff is dealt with. And I don't know, maybe this came at the right time, because I'm now 34 years old. I live with my partner. I'm working. My money's finally sorted. And it's the same phrase. Once one part of your life is going reasonably okay, another part of your life goes. But I will say to anybody who knows me and who's known me as long as I dare think, I was always the joker, the class clown, always the person who would go to anybody, be a shoulder to cry in a car to drive them somewhere, being there at silly o'clock, doing silly things just to make sure that I was kept busy, that I had something to do, especially when I weren't working. I was always running around after somebody or something. Always had something to do. I was never sat down and had that 5 minute. I need that now. And the reason I'm doing this video again is because whenever I try to have that 5 minute, this PTSD is coming in and saying, wait a minute, she's, her boundaries are down, her walls are down, charge. And so now I'm trying to find more techniques to kind of say, yeah, I need that 5 minutes, but wait a minute. Are those 5 minutes actually working? Am I actually just using 5 minutes to just sit and watch telly? That ain't going to do me any good. So I've been using things like relaxation techniques. I've been using positive enforcement. Now that could be anything from just sitting in a quiet place with my music on, looking at photos of people that make me smile. Automatic. Everybody's got them. Photos that you look at, you don't realise you do it, you just smile. And I've got all my family and friends photos. I've got a very close old friend who I'm going to remain nameless, who, again, he's this person who was there for me when he didn't even realise he was there for me. And what I do when I'm in my lowest ebb, I look at that photo and I say, what would he say if you were acting like an idiot back then? If you weren't being an idiot as in crying, what would you do if you act like a fool back then? He would tell you to shut up, sit down, and get on with what you're meant to be doing. And that's what I try and keep in my head. What would he say to keep me going? Or what would that person say to keep me going? And it's just simple things like, you need to be so damn selfish. It takes as long as it takes to get healed. This isn't going to be a quick fix. This is something that's not just the PTSD that's being sorted. This is me. This is me getting the coaching, the therapy, and just kind of growing up. Everybody will say I didn't grow up. I have permanent. I mean, it doesn't actually exist. I don't think there's actually a medical condition, clinical name for it. But I basically have Peter Pan syndrome. From the age of 11, I think physically I kept growing. Up here, I didn't. And that's my biggest problem. I didn't grow up. I didn't get a chance to grow up. I never gave myself a chance to grow up. So this is what we're working with my therapist, with my friends, and with myself. And, it's something I'm dealing with by doing things like this. So, this is coming on to 20 minutes, and I did say it was meant to be a brief video. But again, those who know me, nothing's ever brief with me. But I will be doing more of these. They'll be going on YouTube, and I'll be sharing them via Facebook to the YouTube account, and that YouTube account will be for charity. So I ask anybody that does read it, there'll be a charity link on there. If you could give to that charity, it'd be appreciated. Because without those two charities, there is two charities. There's a local charity and there's a nationwide charity that I want people to give to, because without them there would not be support groups on Facebook. There wouldn't be people out there being as selfless as my therapist is. And I just want to get it out that no matter what your invisible condition is, health condition is, whether it's depression, autism, fibromyalgia, or something you don't know what it is, you don't know what it is that's making you feel this way, get help. It doesn't have to be your GP. It could be just a friend who you've known for years. Just take that deep breath, take the leap, and just say to that friend, hi. Sometimes that's all it takes, hi. With my therapist, it was hi, and said, I hear you do this, that, and the other for this. And that was, according to my record, I think this was back in end of February. And we're now kicking into August. And the one thing I would say about this therapist as well, which is extremely rare, is that they are very sensitive to people. And I think you need that to be any kind of therapist. But you could be sat in a session, hypo, laughing about jokes, and he'll just strip that off you. He will just say, shut the up. You're not here to make me laugh. You're here to help. And he will take your mask off, and he will just get down to the bare bones. And that's what you need from a therapist. Someone who can take off your mask, take off your boundaries, drop your walls down, and just get to the heart of the problem. And that's what he does. So I would say that this person, we need more people like this guy. And without these charities, there isn't going to be places for people to share their problems and share what's helping them. So what I'm going to say, without cracking up and reaching for my cigarettes, what I'm going to say is, if any of you need to talk, I am here. I'm only on the end of Facebook, but I'm not here to be a shoulder anymore. I'm not a doormat. I'm not going to share what my PTSD is from. But if there's anyone out there who would like to share their story, their problems, then yeah, come to me. I will talk. I'll share different techniques, different things that I've been doing to get me over the hurdles I'm jumping at the moment. But find help that suits you. Not everybody has the same help. With my help, I was surprised that I actually went to the therapist I went to, and I'm getting on so well with them. I was very surprised. But just make the leap, and you won't be sorry. Because you would not believe how many people out there that may be exactly like you and have the same feelings as you. They might think, oh God, I'm scared. What do I do? I've got this. Am I going crazy? Am I, hearing things? Am I seeing things? Am I, why is my heart going crazy every 5 minutes? Why is it certain things that do this, that, and the other? You're not going crazy. There is a reason for it, and that's what you need to find. So I'll say to you now, any of you have any inkling that you've got something wrong, yes, go to your GP first. That's fine. Always go to your GP if you think anything's wrong, and go through the clinical side. But we know, everybody knows, that the waiting lists for help are endless. So if you want to talk to me, or if you want to talk to Albert Brigili at Calm Therapy, he's at the end of the line. He's at the end of Facebook, and so am I. If you have any questions, I'm on Facebook. If you want to speak to me or Albert, we're there. But I'll just ask anybody with a health condition, learn all you can about it and talk to somebody. We've lost too many people to depression, PTSD, the list goes on. We need to find a way to get rid of these stigmas for depression and invisible health conditions. And that's where I'm going to leave it. I will do another video soon. I just want to see how this one goes over. But again, I'm only on the end of Facebook. All my friends and family, love you loads. And thinking of those up there who are probably laughing their heads off at me right now. But yeah, I think one of my friends used to use the phrase love and light. Well, I'm sending you the love. I'm sending you all the love I can. And I pray that you do find your own light and aim for it.